I went into prison with really short hair. About halfway through my sentence, I decided to grow it out. I served 5 years, so the last 2.5 years, I thought, why not? I'm in prison, right? Well, by the end of my sentence, I was so excited. My husband and I spent 5 years apart. There's no conjugal visits in federal prison. Really, there were a lot of times we couldn't even hug, and we only saw each other once a year. We could hold hands. Some places even gave us trouble for holding hands. But I remember at the end of my prison sentence, I was so excited. Now, the thing about getting your hair cut in prison is that they usually have someone that knows how to cut hair in the free world. And there's a little space you can go, and they're supposed to do it for free, but we all tip them, and everybody wants the job because, we pay them on commissary. So like $5 worth of stuff, if you're doing 10 girls a day, that's $50. That's really good money in prison. So I had not let anyone cut my hair the whole time I was locked up. I used little Crayola scissors or nail clippers and just trimmed it. And I'll share some pictures at the end so you can see like what it was like before I went in and then at the very end of my sentence. So I go over to the girl that cuts hair and I show her pictures of myself, and I'm just telling her name's Perla. She's a younger girl, and I'm just like, I'm seriously so nervous and so excited. And to me, it just felt like I was getting married. Like I'm going to see my husband for the first time. He's picking me up. I want to look my best. It was about a month before I would get out. And I showed her pictures and everything. And she's like, yeah, we can do this and that. And then I went over and she cut my hair, and it was layered, which I did not want layers. And she's like, it's really beachy. It's so cute. And maybe she was right, but I was so stressed out. That night I went back to my cell and I couldn't sleep. I tossed and turned, and I had paid her in nuts, a bag of nuts. And by the next morning I was really upset, and I told my bunkie, I'm like, she screwed up my hair. I know she did it on purpose. There's no way she did it on purpose. That's what I thought. So we go to the kitchen that morning to eat breakfast, and Perla's in line. And I've never done this, and it's crazy to do it in prison, but I stood up and I said, Perla, you screwed my hair up. What were you thinking? And the whole place just goes silent. And I was like, what do you think? This looks terrible. This is probably my not finest moment in prison. I'm so embarrassed still. Everybody in the place goes silent, and they're like, oh, and Perla just turns around and walks out. And then later that day, she walked over and handed me the bag of nuts and said, here you go, louder. And I was like, you ruined my hair. Truth is, I was just so nervous and upset. I still had a month to grow it out, and I'll show a picture at the end. It didn't even look that bad, but that was my one and only experience having my hair cut in prison, and I'm pretty sure Perla will never forget it.